Hey everyone! Alright, so welcome to week 8. To me, week 8 is a huge milestone. I've gone a month without having my period and it just feels like it's just a huge milestone. And I am still in shock and it's still so surreal that I'm pregnant. That feeling just doesn't seem like it's ever going to go away. Probably not until I am holding baby in my arms. But yeah, week 8, it's so unbelievable that I am making it this far and things are still going really well. It's amazing. So yeah, welcome to week 8. I'm going to try to get through this really fast because, as you can probably hear in my voice, I do have a cold. I'm not feeling the best, and there is going to come a point where I'm going to have to blow my nose, and we all know how much I hate to edit, so... and you guys really just don't want to witness that because, let me tell you, it is not pretty. So let's just dive right in. So right now the baby is the size of a raspberry, which is so cute, and by the end of the week it's going to be a green olive, which again, I don't like olives, but again, just so cute. I don't even care what it is. It's growing and that's all that matters. And also, if you see me looking down, I have my notes here. I'd be all over the place if I didn't have these notes. So yeah, something that I want to go over with you this week is my prenatal appointment that I had, my second prenatal. Sorry, I'm also out of breath because I have this cold, so my apologies. I had a doctor's appointment this past Tuesday, December the 13th. And we went over a lot of things while I was there, and so yeah, one of the things that she did was she gave me a prescription for some anti-nausea medication. I forget what the name of it's called. It starts with a D, although the name escapes me right now. I don't think I'm going to need it. At least I don't need it right now, but she said that she just is going to prescribe it because I do have nausea. Although it's manageable, I still have it, and so she wants me to just have the prescription so that way if I just can't handle it anymore, that I have it there available to me, especially over the holidays where she's not going to be in the office, to be able to prescribe something for me. Excuse me, she just thought it would be best for me to have just in case. So that's really good to know that it's there just in case. She checked my tummy. Not an internal exam, but just an external exam. She said she could just barely feel my uterus, barely. If she wasn't looking for it, she said she wouldn't have known what, she was feeling. But I guess that's good and spot on with right where I am as far as my weeks. I was 7 weeks and 3 days when I went in for this appointment, so she said that that's great. So my uterus isn't measuring any bigger than it should be, at least externally as far as she can tell. She weighed me, and I've stopped losing weight, which is really good, because I was starting to lose weight because I wasn't hungry and I wasn't feeling the best, and so I just wasn't eating, which isn't very good, but nonetheless I couldn't help it. So I'm really happy that I've stopped losing weight because it was getting a little bit concerning because I'm not a big person to start with, and I really was nervous about losing weight. So the first time I went into my doctor's appointment at 5 weeks and 3 days, I think it was, I was 123, and this past Tuesday at 7 weeks and 3 days I was 125. So that's good. I'm not concerned about putting on weight. I mean, I am going to try to manage it as best I can, but if I put on weight, I mean, I guess that's okay, so long as it's within reason. I don't want to put on 60 pounds or more than that. I think 25 to 30 pounds would be, I wouldn't want to put on any more than that, but if I do, hey, whatever. It is what it is. Nonetheless, I'm not losing weight anymore, which is really great. I talked to her about my back pain, aka Jason pain, and she, I think, is a little bit concerned that I'm getting that so early, but where I have had it in the past, I guess it's to be expected. She gave me some exercises that I can do to try to relieve that, but other than that, I don't think there's anything really that she can do, so I'm just kind of gotta suffer with my Jason pain. Poor Jason. Yeah, he's a pain in my ass, but whatever. I love him. I love him. I do. So another thing, I know I'm kind of letting you hang a little bit with some suspense. One of the things that I had done the day before my appointment was I had another beta, which I was really excited for, just, you know, to see how good my numbers are. I feel pretty pregnant, so I'm thinking that my numbers are going to be good. And plus, since my doubling time last time was 25 hours, I wanted to know what was going on now. I figured it probably would slow down, because that's quite normal. But I figured it would slow down to like a normal range. So she gave me my beta results at the appointment, and so for 6 to 8 weeks, what I looked at online, the range that it should be for 6 to 8 weeks is 7,650 to 229,000. So I mean, that's a pretty broad spectrum, and anywhere in that is considered normal. The range that my doctor's office goes with is anywhere from 15,000 to 200,000, so not quite as broad, but still pretty broad. Excuse me. So my beta was taken at 7 weeks and 2 days. Yes. And it came back as 199,300. So that is pretty high. It's still within normal range, but it's definitely on the high side. So when she said this to me, she said, okay, well, you're still in there. I'm like, yeah, but that's on the high side, isn't it? And she looked at me and she said, you really want an ultrasound, don't you? And I said, desperately, I want an ultrasound. And she said, okay, let's schedule you for an early ultrasound. Oh, hallelujah. I wanted to just like bawl in the middle of the office. As it was, I got welled up that she finally conceded that I can get an early ultrasound. So, but she said that because my nausea started so early, it started at around 4 weeks, my numbers are doubling so good and they're on the high side, and because I want one so badly, that she booked me in for an early ultrasound. How it works is my clinic does not have ultrasound machines, and I know a lot of you are asking, are you getting an ultrasound when you go to your appointment? No, I will never get an ultrasound when I go to my prenatal appointments, never. All of the ultrasounds are done at the hospital that's like in the town, and so what they do is if my doctor wants me to have an ultrasound, she will send that request to the hospital, and then they will book me in for the ultrasound and then either phone me or send me a notification by mail to let me know when the appointment date is. So that's what happened when she booked my 20-week ultrasound, which is March 7th. I got that in the mail a couple days later. And that's what she did this time. Unfortunately, I have not received the notification in the mail yet. But I'm assuming it'll probably not be before Christmas. It'll probably be mid-January-ish. So probably around the 12-week mark is when I'll have an early ultrasound. So that is so great. I can totally, like, wait. I mean, I would love it if it came back and it said, like, next week. I really just don't think that's going to happen, but it would be awesome if that did happen. But yeah, because twins run in the family, like, there's twins all over my family. There's like 4 or 5 sets of twins in 3 generations. So on my mom's side only, and her mother's side. So I mean, lots of twins. My numbers are high. I'm feeling pretty sick, and I started feeling pretty sick pretty early. So all of that being said, I know you guys, all of you guys, especially the ones on Facebook that message, and because I've told the people on my Facebook already what my number was. And all of you guys pretty well think that it's twins. I really don't think it's twins, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why. Maybe it's wishful thinking. But I really don't think it's twins. I think it's just one solid one. And I think, I don't know, God or the universe, or however you interpret, you know, this outer energy. I just kind of think of it as sort of like karma and energy in any event. I just feel like it needed me to feel some relief, and so in this pregnancy it's making me feel some relief by giving me good numbers to say, yep, you're good and pregnant. So that's just, I really think that it's just one, and I'll be in complete shock if it's two. It'll probably take me a couple of days to get over that, but if it is two, that will be amazing as well, because holy cow, what a miracle if that should happen with what we've gone through, and then to get pregnant naturally with twins, that would just be amazing. So that's that. I get an early ultrasound, guys, and as soon as I know when the date is, I will absolutely let you know. Hopefully it will be in time for my 9-week update, which I'm sure it will be. So, yay! Okay, so let's dive into symptoms. I'm going to just try to go through this really quickly. My appetite, which was pretty well non-existent, it's starting to come back. Slowly, but it is coming back, so that's really good. I still, you know, I have to fight with myself sometimes still to want to eat, but it's definitely not as bad as it was, so that is really good. The nausea. I still have nausea. However, if I get up first thing in the morning and either, like it's usually, I don't really eat in the morning right away, but I have to drink right away, whether it's water, orange juice, Gatorade, something, I have to drink something right away. And then so long as I like eat crackers and stuff like throughout the day, then my nausea pretty well stays away, so that's really good. The cramping has become less frequent, so that is really good, because that, I mean, I know it's normal, and all of you are telling me that it's normal and that you've experienced it in your pregnancies, but again, it's just something that I'm sure that you guys worried about it as well when it was happening to you, especially anyone who's gone through a miscarriage. Cramping is just really scary, so I'm really happy that that is sort of starting to go away. It still happens, but I think it only happened 2 days this past week, and it was really not bad. It was there, but it wasn't bad at all. Like right now I don't feel anything at all, where before it was pretty well constant, like cramping, activity, stuff going on in the uterus, so really good that that's going away. My lightheadedness is still there, especially now where I have this head cold and I have sinus pressure. I feel pretty lightheaded all the time. I mentioned it to my doctor when I went in for my last appointment, and she checked my blood pressure and it's quite low. So she said, you're probably going to faint at some point in this pregnancy, so if you ever feel lightheaded, don't walk to a chair, just sit down on the floor. You're going to look like an idiot, but that's okay, at least you won't be falling. Just sit. So that's good to know that I'm probably going to faint. Hopefully not. Knock on wood. Knock on wood that I don't faint. But I am quite lightheaded, and it's because my blood pressure is quite low. My back pain that I've mentioned already, it's still there. Still, it's not any better. It's not any worse, but it's still there. I'm still tired. Right now, what time is it? 6 o'clock. Yeah, and I'm getting tired already, and by 8 o'clock, I'll just be struggling to keep my eyes open. So, but it's manageable throughout the day, which is the only part that I really care about, because, you know, when you're at work and you have to, like, work, you know, when you're at work and you actually, like, have to do stuff, yeah, it can be difficult when you're tired. I actually find the tiredness, when it was bad there for, like week 5 and half, I think, of week 6, when it was really bad, I found that way worse than the nausea, because at least with the nausea, if I just ate a cracker, it would go away, but the tiredness doesn't go away. So, yeah, it's still there, but mostly, like, it's bad in the evenings, so that's fine. Sore boobs. Still got sore boobs. Today they don't seem to be quite as sore today, but I'm just kind of enjoying the fact that they're not sore today, because I know that they'll probably be back to their usual soreness tomorrow. And they're bigger. They're definitely bigger. And it's funny because I mentioned that, you know, Jason's just not allowed to go near my boobs. Not allowed. Just, no. But today they're not feeling quite as sore, and so I told them that they were feeling bigger, and so I'm just like, just very gently, just, you know, have a feel. And it wasn't like, we weren't even in the mood to do anything or nothing like that. It was literally just like, feel my boob, gently. And yeah, he says that they're definitely bigger and fuller, so that's good, because I'm definitely not a small girl, so anything that, you know, or I'm definitely not a big girl, rather. So anything that can make me a little bit fuller in the top isn't too bad. The soreness sucks, but whatever. And one other symptom that I actually forgot to mention in previous weeks that has been going on, I think since like the 5 weeks, 5 or 6 days, 5 weeks, 6 days. That was the first time that it happened. I just cried for no reason. For no reason whatsoever. Jason was going to be going out to his work party, to his work Christmas party, and I wasn't going because I was actually, I got super dehydrated that day and I hadn't gone to work, so I didn't feel like I should be going to his Christmas party. And he was going to be drinking at the party, and look, I don't usually care about that stuff. But I was really upset, and I just started bawling my eyes out, and I said, I don't want you to go. Oh, it was really sad. And then Jason started laughing because I was being so ridiculous, and he just thought it was funny. And then I kind of knew that I was being ridiculous too, and so I started laughing, but I couldn't help but still cry, and it was really, really just hilarious. And I've had one other spell like that where I've just all of a sudden started crying over things that don't normally bother me. So that's great. Also, besides the crying, I am way fiery. Some people might call it moody. I like to call it fiery because I'm usually someone who keeps their opinion to themselves, unless it's really something that is affecting me or whatnot. On here on YouTube, you're not going to see me getting involved in any of the controversies that go on, because it's just not something that I like to involve myself with. I like to be just a neutral party for things like that. But I found that since I've been pregnant, I cannot keep my opinion to myself, and I will tell you like exactly what I think, and I don't really care if you like that opinion or not. So yeah, mostly at work, which is, yeah, not good, but people understand that I'm pregnant, and it's not like it's super bad or anything, but I'll just, you might have just heard my cat there, she just cried. She's having a sleep. And I think she's dreaming. Anyways, so yes, I'm fiery. We'll call it fiery instead of just moody / bitchy. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, and this cold, which is like the worst cold ever in existence. I'm actually not too bad right now. I went and I stood in the shower with the, not in the shower, but in the bathroom with the shower going, with it on like super hot, because I find that it really helps decongest. But man, it is not fun to not take medicine. And I'm someone who always medicates. Like, I have a headache, I medicate, excuse me, I have a cold, I medicate immediately because I just hate to feel those symptoms. And granted, I will admit that I have had some sinus pressure and a sore throat, and I have taken Tylenol, but I've been told by my doctor and many of you that that Tylenol is okay. I'm trying to take it not very often and only when I really need it, but nonetheless I have taken some Tylenol, but no cold medication or anything like that, and it is horrendous to deal with a cold when you're not medicated. It's just not fun. So, but other than that, that is all I have to say for right now, for week 8, So let's get up. Let's go have a look at the belly. I don't know if I think it's getting bigger or not, but I love it when you guys tell me, because, yeah, you guys can tell a little bit better. So let's go have a look. Don't mind the mess that you're going to see in the background. I'll just blame it on somebody else. It wasn't me, it was somebody else. Alright. this is a bit of a looser top than I usually have on. Usually it's like, you know, pretty suction so you can see the belly pretty good. But, so yeah, this is belly with shirt. And this is belly without. What do you guys think? Getting any bigger? I sort of feel like I'm getting bigger, but I can't really tell. Baby in there. Anyway, that is the belly. Oh, and one other thing. I have started using my Doppler. I started using it at like week 6. 7 weeks. 6 weeks, 6 days. I started using my Doppler, and I have not been able to find baby's heartbeat yet. But I'm not discouraged. I know a lot of you didn't get to hear the heartbeat until 10 or 11 weeks. But I'm still going to try, and so I will let you guys know when I hear that, which will be an amazing moment. But yeah, for now, that is week 8. Oh my goodness. And I will see you next week for week 9. Can't believe it. It's amazing. Alright, love you all. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.